bring in from the White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. Sarah, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so what's going on with the president and Iran?
Look, the president's been clear from the beginning, since the first day he took office, and even before, that nuclear proliferation was something that he was not going to tolerate, something he would aggressively stand up and talk about. And he's certainly not going to listen to aggressive leaders from other countries and their empty threats against America. And he's going to stand up and make sure that we're protecting Americans and certainly protect the world from nuclear proliferation. It's something he takes seriously, and he's going to continue to be tough on this topic.
Sarah, what kind of a threat from Iran would allow our president to respond, and what kind of a response would that be?
Well, as you know, we're never going to broadcast what actions the president may or may not take, or what specific actions is going to prompt him to take things a step further. But you can be rest assured he takes this process extremely seriously. He's monitoring and watching the actions of Iran, and if needed, he will take what steps are necessary to protect people in this country and certainly to protect the world from nuclear proliferation.
Sarah, we've been on the couch the entire morning, so we have not necessarily seen this because we're not watching other media. But you can be sure mainstream media is going to attack the president for his all-caps tweet saying he's inciting a problem with Iran. What's the president's response to that?
The only person that is inciting anything is Iran. The president has been very, very clear, again, since day one, what his objectives are. And he's certainly not going to tolerate the leader of Iran making threats against Americans, making threats against this country, making threats against Israel. This is a president who is going to stand up and make sure he is doing what is necessary. He's showing peace through strength. But if needed and steps are required, this president is not afraid to take them.
You know what, Sarah, this is somewhat reminiscent of last August when the president was going back and forth with Kim Jong-un, calling him Little Rocket Man, and, Kim Jong-un was saying some derogatory things as well. But then eventually the president talked about fire and fury. You better look out, or fire and fury coming your way, which ultimately led to direct talks with Kim Jong-un. Is that part of the game? Is that part of the equation? Maybe, this tough talk will lead to some sort of agreement?
Look, the president certainly uses tough language, but he's also not afraid to take tough steps if necessary. Thankfully, it didn't come to that with North Korea. Hopefully it doesn't come to that with Iran or anyone else. This is a president who wants to see peace. This is a president who wants to work with other world leaders. This is a president who wants to bring people together. But at the same time, he is going to do what is necessary to protect Americans and to make sure that he's laid that out very clearly. I don't think there's any question what Donald Trump's idea is here is that he's going to do whatever is necessary to protect Americans.
Sarah, let's talk about the FISA warrant application. Congress has been asking for this. Republicans in Congress have been asking for the unredacted form. Well, Judicial Watch, through Freedom of Information Act, they got this, and it's 412 pages. If you start flipping through it, you can see all the redactions. Well, Congress sent a letter. You have 13 Republicans in Congress, led by Devin Nunes. Trey Gowdy was part of this. And they sent a letter on June 14th to the president saying, can you please get the unredacted FISA application? We want to see what it all says. And they have the ability to do that. We as Americans can't, but they have confidentiality status where they're able to look at it all. Do you think the president's going to get involved? Will he demand from the DOJ, look, you need to hand this over to Congress?
Look, the president wants transparency in this process. I think what you can see, even just from the information that has been released, is that the president's been right all along, that this is a total waste of time and certainly a waste of taxpayer money. His campaign had nothing to do with Russia, but had everything to do with a great message to defeat Hillary Clinton. And that's exactly what that campaign was focused on. And that's exactly what this president has done since he got into office. And I think we'd all be a lot better off if we could get this out of the way, and that Congress and the special counsel could come to the same conclusion that the rest of America has, that this is a hoax and a waste of time, and let's move on and focus on some of the big problems and big challenges we actually have to face as a country.
Well, has he not asked for it because he just doesn't want to get involved?
Look, that remains to be seen, but the president would like this to operate independent of him, but he certainly has asked for the Department of Justice to be transparent in this process. And if there are questions, which clearly there remain to be some, we hope that they'll step up and help answer those questions.
I want to get to something that's right up my sleeve, because I'm the one that Fox and Friends sends out to do the stories on Made in America products. The White House is going to show off Made in America products at the White House today. This is a great thing that you guys do.
It's an incredible event. Hopefully the weather will get a little more cooperative throughout the day, because I know there's some big products that will be out on the South Lawn later this afternoon. But it's a great moment for our country. You get to see some of the greatest products that the world has to offer that are made right here in America. It's another reminder of the president's focus on American workers, the American economy, and creating American jobs. And this is going to be a great event and a great showcase. It's something we did last year, and we're really excited about seeing all the great products from all 50 states again here this year.
That's right. I just got an email from my friend Tim Tyler, who works for Viking Range. They build them down in Mississippi. They said they're going to have a Viking range there. Do you imagine the president's going to get a lot of feedback regarding the tariffs and trade talk?
Look, again, the president has been extremely focused on making sure we're doing everything to protect American workers and to grow American industry. And this event is exactly another reminder of that focus of the president. I don't think that will be the big topic of conversation. I think the fact that the economy is booming and growing like never before, that we have a better job market and job environment that we've had in decades, I think that'll certainly be something you hear talked a lot about. And maybe, just maybe, we could put that Viking range to use, Steve. I know you got a new cookbook. If you get some free time, maybe you can pop down here this afternoon and we can make some pie or some other
she loves making a pie.
Out of your book.
That's what she does.
I was going to say, Steve, that's a good contact to have. Can you give us all his number?
Okay.
Viking's a great company.
All right. Well, Sarah, good luck with the activity this afternoon. I hope the rain holds off.